All right, Mr. Cheese, grade 11 life sciences class. Let's talk about something your body is doing right this second. Getting rid of waste. You are about to dive into this in your textbook, but think of this as a sneak peek, a way to get ahead of the game and really nail this topic and your lab. So, let's just start with this massive question. Your body is basically working around the clock, 24/7. And all that work, well, it produces waste. A lot of it. So where does it all go? And why is taking out the trash, so to speak, not just a good idea, but absolutely critical for survival? And that brings us to our main term, excretion. Now be careful, this isn't the same as getting rid of undigested food. That's a whole other process. Excretion is specifically about clearing out the chemical, metabolic waste, the byproducts of all the reactions happening in your cells. We're talking about stuff that could literally poison you from the inside out if it's not handled. Okay, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at why waste is such a problem. Then we'll meet the organs in charge of dealing with it. After that, we're going to zoom right in on the star of the show, the kidney, and even go inside its tiny factories. We'll finish up by looking at how this all keeps your body in balance and what happens when it goes wrong. Let's do it. So, section 1. Let's really understand the core of the issue. Why is this metabolic waste so dangerous in the first place? You know, every single thing your body does, from thinking to moving to breathing, is powered by chemical reactions. We call the sum of all these reactions metabolism. But just like a fire leaves behind ash, your metabolism leaves behind chemical leftovers, things like urea and excess salts. If you just let that stuff pile up, it would become toxic fast. Your cells would stop working, your organs would shut down. It's a systemic problem. So if we're constantly producing this toxic junk, how do we deal with it? Well, the body has a super efficient, dedicated cleanup crew. And what's interesting is that it's actually a team effort. Your lungs are part of it. They get rid of carbon dioxide every time you exhale. Your skin helps out by sweating out some salts. But the real heavy lifter, the absolute superstar of this whole operation, is the kidney. It handles the toughest jobs, filtering out a whole range of waste to create urine. Which leads us right to our main event, the kidney. This is where the most important, most sophisticated filtering in your entire body takes place. So here it is. You've got 2 of these amazing bean-shaped organs, and each one is about the size of your fist. They're tucked safely halfway down your back, just underneath your rib cage, so they're pretty well protected. And on top of that, they're surrounded by a layer of fat for cushioning and wrapped in a tough outer layer called the renal capsule to keep infections out. The body knows how important these are, so it keeps them well guarded. This right here tells the whole story. You've got 2 main pipelines connected to the kidney. The renal artery brings in all the blood from the body. It's full of waste, full of urea. Think of it as the dirty blood. The kidney does its thing.